Hi, in this video, we will be observing an interesting texture study with the help of a cover. For this, I have taken 300 GSM paper and sticked on all four sides to a plant. Now, we will see what are the procedure steps we need to follow to achieve the texture with plastic by using watercolors. First, you need to stick the paper, 300 GSM paper. Afterwards, take water in a cup. And then you need to take mop brush or round brush 4 or 8 number brush. Any brush will go perfectly. Or you can use flat brush. First, you need to clean your brush properly in the water so that if the color existed in the brush, it will come out. Now, you need to apply this clear water on the surface of the 300 GSM paper. Don't pour water on the paper. You need to apply it with brush like this. So once you applied the clear water on the paper surface, 300 GSM paper surface, now you need to choose color. I am using palette like this. This is my palette. You can use any color which you like. I'll be using cobalt blue hue. I'll take little bit of cobalt blue hue and then I'll add water to it. Can add more water so that it will look big when you apply. You can keep your plank in 45 degrees angle so that watercolor will flow easily. As of now, I'm keeping my plank in the normal way. Yes. So you should not paint uh, by putting pressure on the paper. Okay. You need to move the paint or color on the paper which is having wet surface like this. So once the color we applied properly, what we need to do immediately keep keep color and brush aside. Take cover, any cover like this, and just crumble the cover like this so that it will get some texture over it and place it like. So it will take time to dry. Okay. So when it get dry, it will hold some texture like this. Now it is dried a bit, so we can remove the cover, like slowly. Need to remove the cover so that it has to hold the texture. Okay. So now it's holding some texture. Okay. Because few parts are still wet. That's fine. Okay. It will dry by itself. Now what we'll do, we'll keep this cover aside. We'll take, now we will take tissue, and wherever the excess watercolor is there, there we will lift the color so that texture will be visible properly. Okay. So this is the mild texture which we got. Now what we'll do, by with the help of that mild texture, we will apply or we will increase the color intensity. So use brush number, I'm using brush number 4. So here texture is visible. So along with the texture, I'm applying the color. So give one stroke while painting. Okay, very finely you need to paint. Don't put pressure on the paper because it is still wet, will be still wet, so that the cotton shoe will come out if you put pressure. Yes. So I want this texture to be little dark, so that only I'm applying the extra color. So this is the way which we will be adding texture to the texture study, cover texture study. So it needs to dry completely now. Then only we can move to the next step. So that you can see the texture over here, and whatever the extra color water is there, that you need to remove the tissue paper so that it will get set. So it given a background texture. Okay. Now with the help of the cover only, you need to hold cover like this, and we will make some texture on the, because this is the background which we made for the abstract work, and with the help of cover we will make some objects. Now I will be taking colors. First I'll take crimson color, crimson lake. So now what I'll do, I'll take brush and I'll fill this brush with color and I'll apply it. So you need to crumble properly, then only that texture will come. Then keep it aside and press like this. Okay. Stand. Again, you need to follow the same thing. If you don't want the excess color, you can remove. Okay. Stamp like this. Again, take brush fill the color like this onto the cover and put like this. Okay. So different textures will form. Again, if you want to change the texture format, you can crumble again your cover, crumble the cover again, and then apply the color or two ways. You can dip the color with cover and then print it. Yes. So whatever the color format is there, that will visible. Yes. Okay. Now I'll change little bit of color. I'll take yellow color, yellow watercolor, and I'll crumble the cover again. I'll crumble in such a way which will go in the middle. And remove the texture it should can. Now to make it look uh, to make it a real artwork, what I'll do with the brush, I'll add little more detailings like I'll take blue color, wipe the brush so that excess water won't be there. Okay. So I'll add stems to it. First you need to use blue color to add stems and then eventually we can change it to the other colors. Now we don't want any sharp edges at the bottom, so we will avoid that. Now I'll take green color, it is sap green. I'll take sap green will go really nice. So I'll be taking sap green. At the edge, I'll give a touch of the sap green. I'm using brush number 4 itself. I'm not changing the brush. Okay. Like this. Too. So I'm holding brush in 90 degrees angle straight. Okay. So when we hold like that, it will be easy to move the tip of the brush even. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll add little more detailing by using white color. I'll take a little bit of white. Here I am using Chinese white. If you want to use normal white, you can use. I have not cleaned the brush. After cleaning the brush, and apply this white. White will carry the texture or will give the highlight to the objects. Wherever you want or where you feel that sunlight is coming from. There and all, you need to add the white texture. White highlights. Now I'll clean little bit my brush, and I'll take blue and I'll take red, crimson red. I'll mix it. I'll make it little bit of magenta color. I'll add little bit of magenta, very little bit fine lining, not heavy magenta. Like wherever I feel the dark shadows will be there and all, I'll add like this. And also at the bottom, I'll do leave like this and I'll give a shadow for the object. After giving texture, instead of leaving like that, we can add values to the object. Now I'll give some of the grass lines. I'll add some of the grass line to the object. And I have used sap green. Now I'm using little bit of yellow. So yellow will decide the light where it is falling. Little bit of like this. Okay. Now again I blend the down part like this. So this is one way. And one more final touch that what I'll do, I'll take a little bit of yellow. I'll add like this. And for few colors, I'll take few flowers. I'll take red. I'll give structure. Okay. So instead of leaving direct texture, we can add little bit of outlining so that the texture which we have added that will pop up. Yes. Like small curvy lines. So background is ready and on the background we are doing the small curvy lines. So whatever you do, but you need to ensure that the layers are dried well. Okay? Without it get dry on the wet surface if you are doing, then it doesn't hold the color properly. And your output will differ little bit. Okay. So you need to be little careful about that work. Now you can add little more details like the flies you can add here. Okay. And you can make it little dark. The flower you can make like this. Small flies. Okay. So this is the way you can make texture, and you can add artwork. You can develop it into a artwork, okay, by using colors. Mhm. So try it on your papers, try it on your own. Use your own colors, own ideas, or and enjoy the process. Thank you.